Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, everybody. Hello, hello, everybody. Hello, hello, everybody. Um, okay, welcome, welcome, everybody. Welcome, guys. This is Mommy Chats. Yeah, yippee, yippee, yippee. Kiki's here. She's live with me. Hello, 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 people.
Hi, hello. You're looking so good. You
Thank
won't
you. So
believe
are
I've never
you.
done this. I've never done IG live, and so
You see, I initiated you into this, so you have to do it more often.
oh, thank you. The boys have been like, "Chick, should we do this, do this?"
I know, I can imagine. Hi,
But
everyone.
yeah,
Facebook, welcome. Instagram, welcome. Please share
yeah.
the video. Share the video, please, if you're watching us live. Thank you, thank you,
Let me
thank you.
see
Please
if
share
I
the
can
video.
do that on my Facebook as well.
Uh-huh. I hope you can. I hope it doesn't echo, because sometimes. Okay, well, if you're going live on your own Facebook, that's fantastic. They will just hear us speak. They won't be able to see me. They won't be able to see you on my own as well, which is fine. So that way it doesn't
Oh,
echo.
okay.
So it's fine to go live, yeah. Welcome, everybody. Please share and invite other people to join in. Welcome, 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 guys. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, thank you. This is Mommy Chat with Kiki. My name is Oluseye, for those who don't know me. And I'm the founder of Moms Achieving Purpose. And today on Mommy Chat, I have here with me Kiki. Her name is Bukola. Call her Kiki for short, you know. And she's going to be
Sorry, I'm
she's gonna
behaving like
be.
a boy. I'm in a house of boys,
I
so
know, like, I don't know. She's the boy mommy. So welcome, everyone. We're talking about raising boys today and raising teenagers. So if you're just joining us, welcome. God bless you for joining. Don't forget to share the live stream, people. As you come on in, invite other people to join us. We appreciate that, okay? So today on Mommy Chat, I'm going to be chatting with Kiki about raising boys and raising teenagers. So you're in for a ride. You know what it's like to have teenagers in your home. I don't know how she does it. Like, how do you do it? I have only one teenager, and I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm
they're
having, but it's
amazing.
fun. It's fun. It's
It
fun,
is. They're
in its own
amazing.
way.
Yeah.
But it comes with
Mm-hmm.
its own, like, if you don't know what to do, you can mess things up, and you can mess it up so badly because
Yeah.
this is a stage where there's so much delicate transitions going on. There's a lot of things happening. So if you're not careful and you don't handle this season of teenagehood well, you could run into trouble, and it could be like a lifetime
Yeah.
kind of thing. And
I
that's why I
agree.
said, let me bring her on. She's an expert at boy raising and teenager raising. So Kiki's here with me today, and she's going to be sharing with us about raising boys and raising teenagers. So let her introduce herself to all of you that are watching. So I'm just going to let you tell everybody about yourself, who you are, what you do, and why I think why did I bring you here?
Okay, thank you very much, Oluseye. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I've been looking forward to it since the day we had the first chat about it, and I've been so excited. In fact, everyone in my house knows about today, and thank God for them.
No.
And so my name is Bukola Jolugbo, and everyone calls me Kiki. Well, my older brother gave me that name, Kiki, because when I was a baby, it was just two of us, and I don't know where he got the name from, but yeah, he started calling me Kiki. And so I grew up to love the name Kiki. And so, in fact, everybody in my house, they call me Kiki or Kiki Do. We grew up in Warri. So when
Oh.
I'm crying, I think apparently I used to be a crying baby. So when I'm crying, it will go Kiki Do, Kiki Do.
Oh my God.
So so I'm, like I said, I'm Bukola Jolugbo. I'm married to one man, Bolaji Jolugbo, and I've got two teenage boys, Fein Toluwa and Fopefoluwa Jolugbo. They rock my boat. Yes, three men. Yeah. They do a
Oh.
good job in rocking my boat. And so basically, 9 to 5, I'm a business process analyst, and by His grace, I'm the founder of Joshua Zami and Boys for Real Academy. And And how did we come about Joshua's Army? Because we started from Joshua's Army. I grew up loving boys, loving men. So I always laugh at myself that I never had a bridal shower because there were no female friends to invite. So, so I grew up loving boys and men and just found myself in the midst. And I remember when I was growing up, I used to say I wanted 4 boys, children. And when I had my first pregnancy and I was told I was going to be having a boy, I was excited. Right. But then at the same time, I think I was scared because seeing the boys around, I didn't like what I was seeing then. And there was this particular family of a wealthy man just next to my house then in Lagos. He had both male and female. And then he had there are 2 particular boys. One of them wasn't in school, the other was in Unilag. And I didn't like the way they were living. So I couldn't go to the one in Unilag, but the one that wasn't in school yet, I kind of became close to him. And, you know, I used to talk to him. We became friends. And I found myself always saying, hey, you're doing that. I saw you there yesterday. I shouldn't see you there again. This is what you should do with your time. You know, maybe because I was expecting a son, you know, I don't know. All of that were adding up. But then later on, there was a guy again that I met. I kind of liked the guy. He was tall, light-skinned, and he was a bus conductor. So he was living in the area then, and as I would tell him, no, you're more than this, you can do this. And unfortunately, the guy died 2 years after I met him. But you could see that there were changes in him when he goes to work and comes back. Sometimes he will come and sit in my house. When I had my second son, I had him on the 1st of October, and in Nigeria, and so everybody calls me Mama Nigeria. So so he will come and stand downstairs, Mama Nigeria, you are home. If I say yes, he will come upstairs, he sit with me, you know, just so he doesn't mingle with the wrong set of people, because I kept talking to him. And so along the line, well, I relocated to the UK with the boys, and to cut the long story short, the dream had been there, but in 2016 March, I met a lady called Detola Amure, and we started talking, and I told her my dream. And so myself, herself, and some other women that had some dreams, we were working our visions, we were working out to birth, worked together, and Joshua's Army was birth where we started on the 1st of July 2016. So yes, that's the background story of Joshua's Army and how it started.
Fantastic. Wow. Do you know that? I mean, a lot of us talk about girls, the girl child, raising confident girls, girl child, girl child, girl child. Not a lot of people focus on the boys. And I'm like, this is a huge mistake, because the boys are equally as important as the girls. Like, we are actually talking about everybody. They are going to be the ones that are supposed to be responsible for shepherding your home. Like, if you don't equip them now, when are they going to be equipped to be able to handle?
Exactly.
You know, so.
And that's why a lot of our women, they cry, they suffer. I remember growing up, everything you hear is that how you're going to do as a wife?
I know.
There was one I hated so much, and that was, as a girl, you need to remain a virgin. I hated that, as good as it sounds. I hated it because my thought is always, if I am meant to remain a virgin as a girl, and the boys are going around to these virgin girls, so why? And you're training me, you're saying, is that you're going to behave when you get married? I'm going to get married as a virgin to a guy who is not a virgin. That's cheating.
Yeah.
You know, so that really used to get me upset as a girl. And even so, when I had my children, those are part of the things I used to say to them. Look here, you have to be better than what you expect from a woman. So if you want to marry a virgin, now literally, my children, they will look at me. If you want to marry a virgin, you have to be a virgin. Not only be a virgin, even your lips would have to be a virgin.
Exactly. Purity. So
you have to be better than what you want to get from others, because they will see you attract what you are. So gone are the days of who would imagine if I had just boys and they don't know how to cook. Yeah, I wouldn't be here today.
You'll be dead by now because you'll be cooking.
Exactly. Is it I'm in the hospital or I'm still standing there cooking, or we are doing this one by this burner and I'm cooking?
Oh my
Both,
God.
in fairness, both of them cannot cook African meals, but one of them loves African meals and he can cook it. The other one can cook whatever Oyibo meals or African meals or whatever kind of eat. So long as you can cook what you can eat, praise the Lord.
That's it.
You won't eat what I eat in my house. You can cook what you eat.
Exactly.
You cook that
Take care
in
of
your own
yourself.
house. Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, and,
So, yeah.
and that leads me to a very important question, which is you're raising boys now, you're raising teenagers, they're already bigger. I mean, the first question I have for you is, in your journey from when they were little till now, what will you say are your biggest lessons as a mother? Like what you've learned? I know that's probably a lot, but just like your biggest ones, what have you learned? What are your biggest lessons in raising them from young boys now to teenagers, and what can you share with us about those lessons?
Thank you for that question. Okay, from young boys, because what I've learned from when they were young boys to the point where they began to be teenagers is quite different from. So first of all, what I've learned from when they were young boys is, one, I need to trust God and trust them. And this, I say my friends or people that know me, that are close to me, say something and said, one of my strengths is the fact that I learn from people. If I meet you, there's something I'll pick out of your life. So when I speak and I say this, I say that people think, oh, she's very wise. It's because I'm picking, call me picker. I'm picking, and that's why I'm very deliberate with my relationships, because I must be able to put something from your life to add to my own wisdom. And that includes my children. I learn from them. Now, I said you must learn to trust God and trust them. The Bible says, raise up your child in the way he should go. And then he also says, I will train your children. I will raise your children. I will teach your children. So those two, I trust those two words, that he's giving me the wisdom to train and raise them in the way they should go. And that he is training and is raising them and is teaching them his ways as well. And then the bit of trusting them is, you have taught them. God has taught them. You should be able to trust that they will not depart from it. When my second son was, I think about 11-ish or 12 years old, he said he wanted to go out, he wanted to hang out with his friends. He's quite opposite of me. He's all girls, I'm all boys. So when he said he was going to hang out with his friends, I was like, okay, who are these friends? And he mentioned, hey, girl. I was like, Mom, so what are you thinking? I said, I'm not thinking anything. I'm just looking. I said, where is Scott? I mentioned two of his boyfriends that male that I mentioned. I said, Mom, so what do you think I'll do when I get there? And I said, I don't know. He said, you have raised me well. You should be able to trust that.
Hallelujah.
And I said, okay, I'm sorry. So since then, if they say they're going out, particularly when they now they're older teenagers,
yes,
I said to them, go and check again with your spirit if you should go there.
Yeah.
And if you come and say you should, then we will discuss the boundaries. And there's so many occasions where they have come, Mom, my friend's there's a party here, I want to go. And I'm like, have you checked if you should go? Yeah, X, Y, B is going, B is going. I said, okay, when you're ready, come, let's discuss it. And then they will come back and say, Mom, you know what? I'm not going, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
I've been trusting God and trusting them. The second one that a lot of us mothers of boys fail in is, I am a woman and I need their dad to raise them with me. Now, some of us are single mothers. I need a man to raise them. But this message, because to God's glory, I am married. So my lesson is, I need their dad to raise them with me. Gone are the days where women shield their sons from their father. A lot of us are shielding our sons from their father. The danger is the boy is watching, the boy is learning, and one day the boy will hate his wife because he would feel this woman will shield my children from me the way my mother did. So you think you are shielding him, you're protecting him, but you are sowing seed of discord in his heart against his wife. So it's a case of, even when my husband is, men can be, when he's doing, and I do not agree, I look back and I say, they're your children, you can't kill them.
Handle them.
And then when it's remaining the two of us, I will say, hey, uncle, the way you did it earlier on, you know, next time. And then when they come to me and say, but mom, my dad did it, he's your father. He has the best motive for you. He loves you more than anybody on earth. So whatever he has done is from a place of love, and you need him in your life. Never shield your sons. I don't know about daughters, but never shield your son from their father, because he's their father and he loves them just as much as you do. That's the two. Those are the two things I have learned as a mother raising boys.
Major, like I already have my notes full, because you know what, I was sharing with you earlier today that my dad passed on earlier today, and you know what? One of the things that my dad used to say to us, he would say, commend you into the hands of the Lord, who is able to keep you. Profound words, because you that's how you trust God with your child. You trust God with your child, that you've done your best in putting God's God's word into them, that now you trust them to go on and carry out those instructions that you've told them, right? And then somebody else is asking the question here, what about the single moms? I know you mentioned it, that if you are a single mom, have a male figure that your child
have a male figure. If you're a single mom, let me just chip this in. It's difficult to have male figures you trust because of all the things that are happening now.
Yeah.
But one of the things as a mother that I value are my relationships. And every aspect of my life has got different relationships. I mingle a lot with mothers of teenagers of my age because we're learning from each other and we're fighting the same battle.
Absolutely.
So when I come and you look at me with my strong face, what's wrong with you? Can you imagine what Fentoluwa did today? His friend, then he did the same thing. That was what they said. Or did they discuss it? There is no judgment. For a single mother, create a network with families that have got children your age.
Absolutely.
Now, not necessarily single mothers your age. Single parents or single mothers that have got children your age can be there, but deliberately mingle with families that have got fathers, responsible fathers, and children of your age, your children's age. Yeah. And then you mingle. So when Fentoluwa of a single mother is visiting my Bukola and Bolaji, who are raising Fokwe of that Fentoluwa's age. Now I'm using my children's name to explain. I know that there's a responsible father who has got the good of his son at heart and doesn't want my son to be a bad friend. So he will look after my son as well.
Absolutely.
And then I can visit that family as well. Because we're friends. And I'm sitting there and we're talking about our challenges. We're sitting there, the two boys are playing and they're talking, we are hearing what they are saying small, and I'm knowing what they discussed. Do you understand? So I am not by myself. God did not create us to be by ourselves. In fact, being by alone, thinking we can do life alone is against God's will. We are relationship. God created us for relationship. So mingling with it's a great way to help, and deliberately bring those men. Be wise about it, because if they know, they will not go close to the men.
That's it. I know. I know.
So be wise about it. But yeah, that's that for single moms. Yeah.
True. Honestly, like that's how I feel too. Like, develop a deliberate network of people that your children can look up to. They can look up to other people, other male figures. It doesn't have to be your own, your own partner, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, other people. And like you said, it's about being deliberate about making those relationships and forming those relationships, because the tendency is that you want to flock, like, oh, let me just find people that are maybe single moms like me, be friends. I'm not saying don't be friends with them, but you also need to expose your child to what
So that other
family
side.
life is like, so that when they are older, they see like a model of what they should aspire to be like in the future. And that is crucial to giving them a balanced view about life, right? It's important.
Yeah.
And then someone was asking, because it's related to my questions anyway, which is about emotional intelligence for the men. What if a man is saying, don't be a crybaby, boys don't cry, things like that. I mean, what would be your advice to that kind of mother? How do you handle that when you know that this is not right? Your husband shouldn't be saying don't cry. You know that that's not right, but how do you handle that kind of scenario on things like that?
I once said that men are wonderful beings. Men are lovely. Your husband did not get that ideology of men don't cry from the sky. He got it from when he was a child. It was passed on to him. And it's wrong. One, he might know it's wrong, but somewhere in his head, he feels it's okay. I've heard my husband say to my boys, okay, that's fine, man up. So because, in a situation where I think it was the older one, was crying, and my husband had said something like that. And when we left the place, first, now, depending on your husband's personality, I say to women, a lot of men do not like to be told what to do. But you can tell them what to do. First, in the spirit. Second, with wisdom. So, for instance, my husband has said, man up, men don't cry. And I don't like it. For me, I would, because it depends on your personality. For me, I talk. Because I know I will talk. Be careful.
Oh my God.
Because I know I'll talk, I'll just move away from the place. And as I'm moving away, I'm talking to my husband's spirit. Hey, hubby, men don't cry, but you cry. Do you think that's right? Well, I don't think I agree with you, but if that's what you want to tell him, I'm assuming you are telling him that just to console and comfort him at that time. But it is good for you to, and I'm discussing all that with him in the spirit.
Yeah.
And then when we see face to face, we are all mommies here, but let me check.
Yeah.
And we are jolenking and everything is smooth. We are watching movie nights and chopping all the popcorn. You know what I mean by
yeah.
When all of that, I say, bros, earlier on you said men don't cry, but the other day you were crying that I was even cleaning your tears and jokingly. It is not how can you tell my son men don't cry? He will not listen.
Yeah.
It is wisdom first. Everything that is in the physical starts from in the spirit. Deal with it in the spirit, and then if you can. But even if you're not that type that it's okay, I will go and talk to his spirit and uncle, But so when you say me, when I cry, you say I'm a weakling. And then pass your message to him in a subtle way. Women are more emotionally intelligent than men. That's a given. But again, it is not our place to condemn them.
Yeah.
It's our place to, in wisdom, pass it on to them. Because if we don't do it with wisdom, they will not listen.
Absolutely.
Now, on the part of your son, I found out when my sons are emotionally down, that's one thing that I can do that can help them. For one of them, is as simple as massaging his head for one of them. So if he is the one in that situation at that time, and later on, when Dad has finished dealing with it in his own way, I'll go massage his head and I'll say, okay, Mama is here. Cry all you want on my laps. It's okay. But Dad says men don't cry. Yes, he didn't mean it that way. He was just trying to make you calm down in his own way.
Yeah.
But Mama is there, and my laps are big enough for you to cry on.
Absolutely.
Just cry.
I know.
Just cry.
Yeah.
And you're doing that which he loves. You've not said that is wrong. But you have told your son the right thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for that amazing answer, because I mean, that is a lot of wisdom right there. That's just shared in that, that capsule, the capsule of wisdom that has a lot of things inside, because other scenarios will come up. It may not be this exact scenario, but the same principles work, which is, correct, whatever, not correct, but point out the error in love, in a respectful way. And which brings me to something you mentioned that I wanted to talk about, which is how you tell your spouse about your husband about, or maybe next just, do you think it's what you said was right, whatever. And it brings me to the issue of, we're talking about boys now. We're talking about boys that will become men. Have you found that in your own life your sons they love respect exactly the way your husband loves respect? Boys are going to become men, and even as young as they are, they want respect. So I don't know what your experience has been on that. Can you just share a little about that? Have you found that to be true?
It's very true. Man is man. Even a 2-year-old boy wants to be respected.
Yeah,
that's key for them. And the truth of the matter is, irrespective of whether you are a mother or you are an auntie or you are a girl or girlfriend, they want respect from everyone.
Yeah.
But one thing we must teach our sons from a very early age is, you can't get what you cannot give. We all have got some banks in our lives. A very interesting scenario happened 2 weeks ago, 2 Sundays ago. I don't know if you've seen my kind of family journal that I wrote called Family Motion. On Family Motion, there are different topics you can, talk about. And the purpose of Family Motion is just create family time. I love family. I love family time. I'll do it. So that's just to create family time. And so on the Family Motion, everybody takes turns to lead. So what we've done on our own copy is we've written out Bukola Bolaji, Bukola Bolaji, all across. So when we meet, the day for Family Motion is Sunday. When we pick up Family Motion and we open it, we know who is leading. And my older son came into the room and said, I said, apparently I think both of them slept really late. So waking up in the morning was a problem. We got them and everything. So Fensolu, are you leading? I don't want to lead. Young man, the previous week, Fokwe came to me and said, Mom, please, can you help me lead, please? I said, okay, but when it's my turn, you will lead. He said, fine. This week you came, I don't want to lead. I said, young man, you will lead, though. I don't want to lead. I said, I know you don't want to, but we do things we don't want to because we just have to do them. So you will lead. You don't want to lead. I said, okay. The other day, Fokwe didn't want to lead. He asked if somebody can help. So it's either you ask.
Oh yeah, fantastic.
I said, it's either you ask if somebody can help you lead, or you pick up the manual and lead. Anywhere you lead, you are the leader. Anywhere you take us, we go. Anyway, at the end of the day, it happened. So later on, he came to me and said, Mom, what exactly did I do wrong this morning? I said, son, what did you do wrong this morning? And I said, I don't want to lead. I said, no, that's not what you did wrong. You don't want to lead. You were saying you don't want to lead. So think again, what did you do wrong? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Are you still there? Did you lose me? Can you hear me?
You're freezing out.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Wait, can you hear me? I can hear you now. Yeah, you're good now. So the last we heard was, what did I do wrong today? That's the last thing we heard.
Hello, Share.
Yeah. So the last thing we heard was he said, did I do wrong
Sorry
this
about that.
morning?
Yes, and he said, I said I didn't want to lead, and I said, no, that's not what you did wrong. Think again. And at the end of the day, he was able to pin it down himself that he didn't say it with respect. And I said, but one thing that made him come back was the respectful way I was answering him. Yeah. I never lost it. I didn't lose it. I was just going, son, you will lead. I don't want to lead. My son. And when I want to drive home my message, I don't call their names.
My son.
I say,
like in the Bible, like in the Proverbs.
And you know what? I'm writing a book right now, and the particular chapter I was writing was my son. So and he came and said, hey, my son, you know. So I will give him. Let's drive it in. You are my son, and I'm your mother. So I said. So he said, oh, okay, I disrespected you and dad. I said, no. All three of us, including your younger brother. I'm sorry. I said, good. You have to go back and apologize to everybody, the other two.
Yeah.
But for and I are cool. Yeah. You guys are cool. But he needs your apology. So it is one, teaching them, don't lose your cool. Teach them that they need to respect others. But first, you need to show them that it's okay, I respect you. I am not too old to respect you. You know, it's a two-way thing. And that's when they know that to get my wife's or my children's respect, I need to respect them.
Absolutely. Well. Yeah. You know the thing that crossed my mind as we were speaking was my son is always, because if I want something, I'm like, can you help me get that thing? As far as I'm concerned, can you help me? Is already respectful enough. My son said, Mom, you didn't say please. Initially, I used to be like, hello. He would just say, he would just look at me and smile. And he's very cool and calm. He doesn't raise his voice. He just goes, Mommy, he didn't say please. He keeps saying, I'll not laugh. I'll not say, okay. I'll not say, please, okay, sir, please. Can you kindly help me? But you know what I'm realizing is that he was just trying to say, well, I want your respect. It doesn't matter that I'm just 13. Can you please show me some respect?
Yeah, you need to respect me. Exactly. What mine will do is, when you say, can you get me the throw pillow? Please, can you get me the throw pillow? This is... Please, can you get me the throw pillow? Can you say that, please? And I'm like, I've already said, can you get me the throw pillow? I've been polite enough. And sometimes they go and say, of course, mine are older now. I've got a 17-year-old who will be 18 in a month or two. And he goes, Mom, we are adults here. I say, hey.
I know, right? I know.
But like you said, it's a case. And when they correct you, sometimes we want to put in that, but take to correction.
No.
But take to correction, because you're also teaching them that if I can allow you correct me, you too can be corrected by somebody younger than you are. And then you're telling them that, see, we are all work in progress. I'm not perfect. We are all learning. And that it sinks in. So when younger, or like he said, his brother on his phone, little bro, network or yours. I think
You
you're
hear me
back.
now? I'm back now. Okay, fantastic. Oh, good. And my other question for you is, your children are now older. When they were younger, I mean, has there been like a shift in the relationship? Okay, fantastic. Finally, I'm live now on Instagram. Let's hope this works. It doesn't cut off again. Thank you, everyone who's joining on Facebook. Thank you for your patience. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Am I live on the right place? Hey, sis. Welcome. Welcome back. Don't know what happened. Network, internet, something. something. Yeah. I guess that's for us because it gives us more time to be able to do this on Instagram. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you for coming back in. Thank you all. I don't know what happened. Thank you for coming back. Anyway.
That was good. At least there is all things work together for our good. We had 20 minutes left. We have a bit more time now.
I know, right? Like we still have now. We can just do like another 1 hour. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay,
So I
somebody is
think where I cut
asking
off was
me.
when we're talking about respect.
Somebody is asking me for where to find it. So mom's achieving.
Purpose.
Sorry, I'm just trying to send it to her.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you, sis. Well, thank you, Facebook people, for waiting and for joining us. Thank you so much. It's been an amazing time chatting with Kiki. So thank you, everyone. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm loving every bit of it.
I know I'm having fun myself.
Yeah. So where were we?
Yeah, we're talking
So
about
we're talking about respecting
respect, right?
boys. Yeah. And I was saying that you can only teach by showing example. Gone are the days where we were raised by our parents telling us. Now is a case of they're watching. And the children we have now, they are more intelligent than we were when we were growing up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we need to see it's a reality. So know that and just accept it so that you have peace for yourself.
I know. So
if you say because you do that, this my father never said please to me. That's how I was raised up. The day I made the mistake to say to my boys that, see, that's how my father raised me. He said, thank God it was your father, not my father.
Oh, what they say, that was in your house, mommy. That is not our house.
Exactly.
It's a different
Thank
home.
God that
We
was
have
your
different
father.
rules.
Exactly, and that's the truth. And some people will say back in our days, good it's in your days. It's not, this is our own days. It's not so we need to accept that reality. We need to know that and accept that reality and work with it.
Yeah.
If you want your children to respect you, particularly your sons, you need to respect them. And now it's not because you're a woman that you have to respect them, but because you have to respect them, you want to teach them to respect. And then for men, I don't know if any man will be watching because this is for moms, but just in case it drops into any man's ear, if you make your son respect you and you do not respect him, on the surface it seems like the boy is respecting you. But have you ever heard of I am kneeling down in the physical but standing up?
I'm standing up.
I'm standing, exactly. In fact, standing on top of you. You know, that's what you're getting. And then you will say, so long as they do it. But the truth of the matter is, it's not so long as they do it, because in years to come, when they don't have to, so long as they do it, that's when you see the truth. That's when you see that you have raised problems for yourself rather than children. And then it won't be their fault. It will be yours.
Yeah. I mean, just remember what there's this saying that that I hear people say a lot of times about relationships, building relationships. If you keep laying down the rules without trying to, do it respectfully, you're just going to have children who are just obeying you because you're their parents. You will never have any good connection with your children. And like you said, when it's time for them to leave home, or I mean, when they're old enough to make their own decisions, they're like, that was in daddy's time. Right now, I mean, I don't feel like obeying this. And I was
Exactly.
talking about the fact that I think I was telling I tell my children this a lot. Like I always say, my mother is not here with me, and I don't have to do things she told me to do, but I'm doing them because I know there is a reason why she told me to
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
do them.
Yeah.
I've come to a point where I've internalized all those things, and now they matter to me beyond just about your relationship with your children as they've grown older now. Has it evolved? Has it changed? When they were younger, we were more like, oh, I'm your mommy, you have to do this, blah, blah, blah. But now that they're older, have you seen that shift where you take a step back, let them make mistakes if they need to make mistakes, and learn from them? I know it's not easy to do that. Somebody like, I just want to butt in and all that, but
I want to
how's that
shield
been
them.
for you? Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. And the answer is yes, it has evolved. It's been going and going. And when I look at my journey with my boys, I say that it's been fun. It's been fun in that it's been entertaining. We've had, it's been so the fun from my friend or one of my mentors doing. I learned when I'm thinking of a word, I'm thinking, okay, what acronym? What can I bring out of that word? So for fun, I say fun. F is been fun. U is been unwavering, and N is been noteworthy. Now that middle part, unwavering, is because there are things that will come and shake your boots. So if you don't live the way you raised a 10-year-old boy, it won't work for a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
And the truth of the matter is, the way you raised your first son won't work for the second son. I said something in there that I've learned to listen to my sons, and I've learned to value my network, particularly for parenting, the ones that have got children my age. I remember when my second son turned 14. Boys have got different stages in life, and that's late single digits to 14 is very critical.
Yeah.
That's when they see they are men. They want to try out being a man. I think I've seen that my second son I think he wasn't 14, but it was in that age group. His older brother is older than he is with 1 year. But I think my first son is 17, but he's 19, if you get what I mean.
I know.
So when his brother, we were standing in the kitchen, his brother did something, and I went, I'm not going to take that from you. You're not going to. And my older son just came into the kitchen and hugged me and said, Mom, it's fine. I'll talk to him. It's okay. And I said, you better do, because I'm not going to do it. And I left. Now, he didn't talk to his brother then. I don't know when he talked to his brother, but he came upstairs with me to my room, sat on the bed with me and said, calm down, Mom. It's okay. You'll be fine. He'll be fine. And he now said something. He said, Mom, his brother was 13 then. He said, for a 13-year-old boy, you don't talk to him like that.
Wow.
You're going to break him rather than make him.
Wisdom. Wow. From the mouth of babes.
The person we're talking about was just a little over 14. No?
I know, right?
And I'm like, wow. So what do you mean? He said, remember when I was that age, I used to do this, and this is what you did. But I almost hated you for responding to that bit of me then.
Wow.
Mom, you know why I didn't hate you for responding to this exact thing that I did then? I said, why? I said, because I know you love me.
Wow.
And we talked about it afterwards.
Wow.
I did remember. So that's why I said unwavering. and it's been noteworthy. That I kept.
And it's in my notes too. Everybody. It is
I
not
kept
worthy.
that.
It is
It
not
said,
worthy.
you don't talk to a 13-year-old like that, Mom. Instead of talking to him like that, you listen to him. And in the process of him talking, he would find answer and know what you're trying to tell him.
I think he needs to be a life coach. Honestly.
And it was true. It was true. I could talk to a 10-year-old like that, but you won't talk to a 13-year-old like that, particularly a boy. And that's why we have a lot of broken men. Somebody said, a generation of broken men trying to fix a generation of fixed boys.
Wow.
That's why we have broken men, because we refuse to learn. I said something when we started. I said, I love to learn, and learning from my children is part of the learning for me. Since that boy told me that day, the ones I cannot handle, I just use wisdom to come back to it. Sometimes I call him and say, see, your brother has done this. You better go and mom, okay, this is how we should do this. And it works. Yesterday, this morning, I found out they went to bed early this morning when I had gone to bed. And big brother had woken up and he had started schoolwork. Little brother is in end of secondary school, so he really doesn't need much. So I was like, so I went to big brother and we're talking, and he said, I wish I didn't encourage my brother to stay up late last night, FaceTiming. Their rooms are next to themselves, so yet they FaceTime. I don't know what they're FaceTiming themselves.
I don't know why we're not talking to each other.
I said, what do you mean? When he told me the time they went to bed, I said, huh? How could you? I'm sorry, Mom. So later on, I woke the brother up. I called big brother, and while I was walking here, and he was sat down here, we were chatting, and then I called little brother. When little brother came and said, look at the time you're getting out of bed. If I didn't force you out of bed, you will still be in bed.
Yeah.
Now, what time did you go to bed? Never mind, don't tell me, because I don't want to set you up for failure. That's another thing we do. I know the time he went to bed. Why am I asking him? Because he knows he has done the wrong thing.
Yeah.
I will now ask him. Then there's a possibility that he will want to twist the story. Somewhere in my head, I try not to set them up for failure. There is no setting up here.
Wow.
So, your brother told me when you went to bed, said, oh, and the big brother said, Mom, I thought we have talked about it. I said, yes, we need to talk about it with your brother as well. And I faced big brother. I said, next time you people go to bed at this time again, I will hold you responsible. So no going to bed late. You know your bedtime.
Yeah.
Maximum, you know your bedtime. You hit your bed at your bedtime. Maximum an hour later, you're sleeping. FaceTiming yourselves across the wall. What's that?
In the same house.
I tell you, let me go to worry.
Oh my God.
So yes, the journey has been fun. It's the day. Some days I go to them. Oh God, 2 boys. You guys are driving. Yeah, Mom. So the response will be, yes, Mom. That's the fun in your life. That's what keeps the wheel of your life rolling. Let's drive.
Oh my God, your children are just amazing. But you know what I find out about boys? Boys are actually very fun to be.
And
Say some
network.
things. Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you. That's your network. Okay. Better behave. Oh, yeah. Work well.
Okay. You walk well. So I was saying that, I find that boys are actually very fun to be around. For girls, sometimes you're a little more careful about what you say to them. You don't want to hurt their feelings because they are dainty and all that. But with boys, the way I talk to my sons, not the way I talk to my daughters. My daughters, I'm like, I'm very particular. What about you say? Mommy said something. Girls, no way girls can be. But my boss,
Kiki,
there's nothing I can say to him. I'm like, oh, God, come here. You know, kind of, I can say anything to him we joke like as if boy to boy kind of thing.
they are fun. And then when you are playing, there was a day we were playing during this lockdown. 3 of us were playing rough. My husband said, hey, 3 of you have started. You should stop it. And then I went to the guest toilet to pee. There's a glass flower vase just behind the door to the guest toilet in the corner. I don't know who moved that thing out. And then my husband, as I came out of the guest toilet, they came like this to me. And I did like this. And the flower vase went bagada. And my husband just came out and said, have you people seen it now? Mom, it was Momo. And I was on Facebook. How was it quick for you people to deny me?
I know, right?
We were playing together.
Boys have fun, honestly. They have fun.
I'll do it again and again and again. I will do it again. They're fun. They're straightforward. What you see is what you get.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, and the funny thing, and so that's why I'm particular about chatting about this kind of topic, because a lot of people are having trouble, maybe challenges with their own sons, and maybe they think like their sons are being stubborn and things like that. And so having this kind of perspective helps us to see that if we know how to speak to our children, if we know how to table our as a woman, you want to be harsh with your son. He's going to see you as a woman. He's not going to see you as his mom anymore. He's going to be like somebody's trying to push against me. That's how he's going to look to him. And so that's why it's important for us to, whatever skills we need to get, you know, to be able to approach boys different from girls is a different ball game. And you're a woman, right? So you are not a man. You don't know how to be a man. So it's tough for you to understand what is going on in his mind.
Were you there when my son told me, Mom, because what you just said now made me remember, and I thought I would ask you if you were in my house. When the boy said, Mom, you love boys, and I love what you do with boys. But you know what? You're not a man. You don't know where the shoe bites.
Yeah.
And that's why I said, do not shield them from their father. Because rather than shield them from their father, pray for him. Pray for him as a father. Pray for him. You know, read books. A lot of our men do not like reading. Read, you as a woman that you like reading, read books about men, and add the things you read in those books to your conversation with your husband.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then he's learning. Your learning is learning. You're learning. My husband will not read all this Miles Monroe and all of those things, but he can write exam from now till thy kingdom come.
Academic to the core.
Sometimes my prayer point is, God, deliver us from exams.
Oh my God.
So when this pandemic started, one thing I started stylishly is there. So let me bring down my voice. Is put a particular book by our bedside. Sometimes we read devotional. Sometimes I will pick up the book and I will say, I saw this chapter. Let's read it together. I'm kissing you. And we're reading.
I know. You're laughing. You have to get the dog done one way or the other.
So is it I read it and it sings and I'm adding it to our conversation small by small? Or, you know, there's this thing they say about women that we are corny. It is true. Use your corniness in a wise way, in a good way, and get your job done. Life is simple, it's easy, and it's sweet.
Yeah.
All it requires is
wisdom
and the right mindset.
That's it. And wisdom that the Lord supplies us. We already have this wisdom. It's just that sometimes we're not humble enough to embrace it. We want to do it our own way. You know, you want to do things your own way. You want to keep putting your foot on. You know, I mean, like all the things you're saying, I have to like, when someone's getting older, I say, Mommy, looks like your method of before cannot work anymore. So you have to change gear and now start to do things.
Like somebody said, you keep updating your Play Store.
Exactly. Absolutely. Absolutely. We can't, the same
doesn't
effort
work.
that worked when they were 2 years old cannot work when they are 15. It cannot work.
No.
You
There's
can't keep
this
screaming and saying, sit down there. No, it cannot work. Now you have to
there's this thing
negotiate.
about there's this
Negotiation.
thing about boys stages. The
Yeah.
stage is at which boys grow. They
Mm.
say from 0 to 6, they can be mommy's boy. Somebody wrote, I saw some earlier on when somebody
Yeah,
said,
her son is
our
clingy.
son is
Yeah.
clingy. Don't worry, your
Mm.
husband is clingy, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Men are
Yeah, I know.
clingy. They just appear
Yeah.
not to, but they are clingy. So
Mm.
you see them walk past, they will come for a hug and go.
I
A girl
know.
will not come for 10,000 hugs, but
Mm-hmm.
the boy will. Ogat
Mm.
is so. But when they said boys from 0 to 6, they're
Mm.
mommy's boys. They stay in your bosom because you have the milk, you have the comfort, you have the bosom for them to stay in.
Mm-hmm.
From 6 to 14,
Mm.
they become quote and unquote daddy's boys.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when they begin to form and understand what it means to be men.
Mm.
At that age, as much as possible, get dad involved. If there is no dad in the picture, get a responsible male figure involved
Yeah.
in raising them, because that's
Mm.
when they are learning.
Mm.
And like I said, when they now cross from 14, my friend Tolu will say, Mom, let's talk like two adults. Whether you see him as an adult or not,
Or
that's what he
not.
sees himself as.
That's how he sees himself. Yeah.
Are you saying, no, you are not an adult? I am the adult here. You are breaking him. You're not making him.
Yeah.
But that's when, let's talk as adults. So, Mom, what did I do wrong? My son. In fact, he has asked me once, he said, but Mom, we're talking as adults. Why do you keep saying my son, my son? I said, because
Yes, my son.
you will always be my son. Even when you are 50
I know.
and you have your children, you are still my son. I didn't say because you're a teenager, because you're a little boy. The age here, you don't want age to be in the picture, that's fine. You're not putting age. Two of us are adults. After all, you have beards.
I know, right?
We are adults. But hey, you are my son. So we are talking, my son, my son. And then that's driving in the message. Because they see themselves as adults. And that stage as well is where, remember they have looked up to dad in the house. That stage as well is when they begin to look at other male figures. Can you still hear me?
I can hear you.
That age has other male figures as well. Do you understand? So remember we said earlier on that you should deliberately form your network. So the people in your network, when they begin to cross that 14, those people, if they never mattered, now they matter because they're watching them. Peradventure, that is an exception. How is that man behaving? How is that man behaving? Jones. And in fact, this is the point where you deliberately invite that good man to come and do dinner with your family so that your son can see that there are good men. You get? This is the time where you go to a church that is good, that preaches the word, and has now underlined, particularly for us that are Africans and go to African churches. If you go to a church that has good men, underline in caps, real men as pastors. Not in pastors who believe men do not cry. Not pastors who believe that pains are meant to be hidden. We're not. That's what we deceive ourselves. I'm so angry with this now. I'm beginning to bring out the Kiki in me.
No. Really?
My teenage boy, we went to a church and the pastor was talking about, I don't know grammar, but I can't remember what they call it. When men do family planning, that surgery they do.
Yeah, vasectomy, something.
Vasectomy. And the pastor was talking about how he did vasectomy, the pain he went through, the mistakes he made when he did it. I didn't take care of it properly. Do you understand? That is a real man. He did it.
Yeah.
How many African pastors will tell you that?
I know.
My pastor once told my son, he said, oh, I applied, my African pastor, when we were in London, he once told my son, I applied for a job. I went for the interview, and can you imagine, they didn't take me. How many pastors will tell their sons they didn't take them for interview?
Admit their failure.
In the interview they passed that you will hear. Yeah. And that's why our sons are feeling less worthy. And then when they go out into the society, they meet obstacles. They are questioning God. They are hating God.
Yeah.
Why is God doing it for? So this is the time you need to create the network of real men for your son.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work from you as a mother, because most men do not realize this. They are the men in their son's life, but hey, they need more than just one man, particularly when they begin to cross over.
Yeah. Fantastic. Somebody had a question about her son is 11. He's still clingy. Before you answer, I'm like, I'm excited for you. Like, you are blessed.
Cling.
How many 11-year-olds still want to be with mommy? You better enjoy it while it lasts. That's my answer.
That's what I'm saying. That you know exactly. Cling, go. Let me
let
cling.
you answer that question.
My son is 17. He's still clingy. He still came for a hug before these things. He said, Mom, when are you starting? I said, oh, my friend is coming online in 5 minutes. Okay, all the best. And then you start to hug, and then you start to rub his head. I mean, let them cling. Let them cling, I beg. Let them cling.
Mommy, it's even a blessing. A child that is not aloof. A child that still wants to be with you. How many? Ask the ones who are begging for their children to give that boys to give them a hug. Ask those ones, and then let's talk later.
It's a blessing. Yeah, it's a blessing. And my dear, enjoy it and do not stop him.
Yes.
Do not stop him. And then, let me be selfish to add. Let him cling to that as well. Let him cling to that. When your son comes to the bed to give you a good night kiss, tell him, hey, you've not given that a good night kiss.
Yeah.
So he's learning that it's not just women that need love. Men need love. And you know the trick of men need love as well. He takes care of the fellow man he sees on the street and do not see him as a threat or an object for his gun. Because he has learned that it's not only women that need love, men need love. So he's loving that other person. He's loving the other guy that sits next to him in the class because he has learned to love and respect his brother and his dad at home. It's like it goes in circle. It all goes in circle, and you know that's the way it works.
In a circle, yeah. You know, I just earlier today I was thinking about the fact that as parents, we have such a huge responsibility, which is that we have the capacity to actually change an entire generation with how we raise our children. Imagine if everybody was raising their children well. If everybody was doing their responsibility, raising their children well and everything, will we have issues in the world? No.
Of course not.
We wouldn't have issues in the world.
I would say, I know this is a very sore area for most of us right now, the racism that's happening.
Yeah.
But talking to somebody earlier today, and I said, in Nigeria, it is rape that is the issue. Who is raping them? Boys that were not properly raised. In London, before the lockdown, thank God for the lockdown. What was happening? Young black boys killing themselves. In America, what is happening? White men killing, or white police officers killing black men. That should trigger something in our head. Our men are broken. Our men are being destroyed by the devil. Yes, we are raising placards. I put it on my wall. Black life matters. But hey, what are you teaching your son at home?
I know. It starts with
Because
us.
in London, it's the black boys that are killing the black boys. Why? Fine, they are racist against us in classrooms, in hospitals, in that. But how about our children that are killing themselves on the streets?
I know. It's
Broken
up to
generation is
us.
raising fixed generation. It's up to us. It's a sad thing that is happening. But hey, it's deeper than that. I said to my sons, I said, you know what is happening? The devil is going after the men. And it is not because you people, there's nothing to you people. It's because you guys are special. When a man is broken, the family is broken. Generations are broken.
Yes. Yes.
So
yes.
it is deeper. How am I raising my son?
Yeah.
My son said, Mom, you need to trust God and trust what you have taught me. What are you teaching your son that you want to trust when he goes out of the house?
That's it. That's it. You know,
It's
I was
deep.
sharing on, for those, I don't know how many of us were on when we're doing the praying your child into purpose. One of the days when we're praying, when we're talking about praying for, I don't remember what topic we're praying about, but I was sharing about the fact that I had a dream once. And in that dream, my son, it was like, you know, when you have like this kind of a camp where they're recruiting military, young boys for military, you know, like when there's a form of rebellion, and then they want to recruit young boys for military operation and things like that. And in the dream, was like all of us were under siege of some sort. So like every day they'll come and pick one young boy, and everybody will be afraid that maybe the next day will be your turn. And in that dream, I was so worried and so afraid. And my son just told me, Mommy, don't worry. What you've done is enough. I will be fine. When I woke up, the Spirit said to me, yes, you don't need to be afraid. And for me, it was not about if somebody's going to come and recruit anybody. No, it was a message that God was trying to pass across, a matter of trust me. Trust me with your child.
Exactly.
Because a lot of us are so, like, we panic over everything.
We're so uptight.
We're so uptight. Oh, my son's going to do this. Oh, his life will be over. Oh. And I was telling my son the other day, I said, you know what? That's why I'm very careful what I allow myself to watch. The first time I saw the movie, When They See Us, the entire last year, 2019, I was living in fear. My son would say he wants to go somewhere. I would tell him not to go. I would say it's okay, but all the time he's there. This is how I'll be. Jesus Christ.
My boys did not let me watch that movie.
You know, because I had to come to a point. I had to be like, and that was when I had that dream. I had to come to a point. I was like, you know what? Trust God. God has got you. But we're willing to have done, what's that word now? Willing to do our own parts, so that when God wants to now remind them, what are they going to be reminded of? If there's nothing in them, you have not put any values in them, you haven't taught them anything, you haven't put God's word in them. When they are faced with opposition, with life challenges,
nothing.
What are they going to bring out? What will be in them? It's something that we have to really, really, be sober about and think about it. Yeah. We have to remember that God has given us this huge responsibility of raising these men, these young men, that will be the head of families down the line. Tomorrow. So what I always say, Lord, please, though, I don't want any daughter-in-law to insult me. You know, like a joke. Like, you didn't raise this boy well. I said, Lord, please let them come and say, wow, your mother did an awesome job. You were raised well.
Yeah, she will even offer to pay me.
Exactly. I said, Mommy, thank you for raising this young man well for me. Yeah. Let's do our part as raising this young man. Let's be deliberate about it. Let's be intentional about raising our children well. And let us remember that the Lord is with us. His wisdom is available to us. Yes, we're not doing it on our own. God is willing to supply us all that we require, all that we need to raise our children well. Amen. So Kiki, thank you so much for sharing with us today. Honestly, I have learned a whole lot. I have my note full of some of the things that you've learned, and I'm going to start to implement in my own life as well. And for my son and all that. But before you go, I know that you've written this. You're talking about family emotions earlier on. I know you have some materials that you've written over the years that maybe if anybody wants to buy some of your books, where can they, how can we get them? What are those books and where can we get them?
Okay, you can get, if you go on Amazon, I think the easiest way, if you go on Amazon and you type Jolugbo, my surname, which is Jolugbo, it will come up. My books, and my youngest son wrote a book when he was for his 16th birthday as well. It will come up. Just type in Jolugbo, everything will come up under my name. And for others that I do with Joshua's Army, I mentioned Boys for Real Academy. That's an academy for teenage boys from age 12 to 19, where we we kind of would say Boys for Real Academy is a place where boys are fed. That's just a simple word. And in Boys for Real Academy, what we do is we kind of encourage and educate or empower the boys to be focused, to we empower them and we help them develop. Now, it's not in just any way, but in practical ways. If we're teaching you money, it's a case of, here is 50 pounds. Go see what you can do with the 50 pounds in 3 months. So it's not a case of, oh, this is how you save, you do. It's a case of, here is 50 pounds, save it and come back and tell us, So it's a very deliberate thing. Like we said earlier, our boys need to be trained.
Yes.
Our boys need to be trained, not just, polish and go, because they are going to build the generation for tomorrow. And maybe I should just add this. Moms, you're doing a great job.
Fantastic job.
You are the best package that is available to your child. They're all work in progress. I said to my children, I'm the best heaven and earth has got for you. And you see this way, you two are the best package for me. We will break head and we will put the head together again and we will continue.
Yeah, true, sis, true. Because in a lot of us, sometimes we beat ourselves up. Can I really raise this child?
Yeah.
God already knew that you were the one before He gave that child to you. He knew that you were capable. Just rely on His strength. If you need to get skilled up. If you need to learn something, you need to read a book, but you have what it takes to raise that child.
And these days, there is everything for everything. When my mom was growing up, she didn't have the opportunity for that mom master class, the course you're doing now. She didn't have the opportunity. When I went to your website and I read it, I said, "Chai, my children have grown past the age of moms are meeting it." There was probably no cost, so I had to. But now there is, something everywhere. When you have questions, there are places to go to. Let's maximize it. Maximize the courses, maximize the things that are out there. Worst case scenario, you will lose out on one good pair of shoes. I love shoes. So, worst case scenario, I won't buy a pair of shoes, but I will get something, like Oluseye said, something that will make my daughter-in-law come to me and say, "Thank you, Mom."
Thank you, Mommy.
Oluseye, I'm looking forward to those girls.
Yes. Yes, so I'm saying my son hears me like me. Started again. What are you talking about now? Who's getting married?
Exactly.
Oh my God. Honestly, it's and I'm excited that we've talked about this. The video will be up, replay will be up. If you still want, you can go back and watch, and just whatever you can glean from there, questions you may want to ask Leon, please ask. If I cannot answer them, we can take a look at it together, be able to help in our own little way that we can. Also, as we round up, I want to remind us that I've been sharing about our new Bible study series. We're going to be doing a series on purpose. We're starting next week, Wednesday, and it's going to be Bible study every Wednesday, 6 weeks. We're talking about purpose. So I don't know what my purpose is. I'm wondering I don't know what to do. I don't even understand what God called me to the earth to come and do. This is an opportunity for you to dig deeper into that. The Bible study is totally free. You can join in when we do live sessions on Facebook and Instagram, but the resources are not free. So to be able to get access to the resources, I didn't create the resources. All right. So somebody created them. They're not mine. So I cannot just offer them for free. So if you want, well, they're just $10, really, $10 to get 6 weeks of videos,
which
and
is less
a
than
book.
£9 here.
I know. I mean, I know, right? It's not even a lot of money. $10 to get
Mm-hmm.
access to those resources, 6 weeks of resources, videos, and a book, and a digital book that will help you through that period to know more about your purpose. So that's not a huge investment to make in these 6 weeks of Bible study, right? I am here offering you Bible study for free on Wednesdays, but the resources are not free. I didn't create them. So if you want to be a part of that Bible study series, you'll find the link in the bio of Moms Achieving Purpose. If you go there, just click sign up for Purpose Bible Study. You'll find the details that you need there. We're starting next week, Wednesday, June 10th. And then we will be doing that at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, 3 p.m. if you're in New York. If you're in Nigeria, that will be 8 p.m. Nigerian time. All right, so please join us and let's study about purpose. Let's find out what God has called us to do so that we can all live out God's plans and purpose for our lives. Like I always say, you cannot give what you don't have. If you don't know how to, what God has said, into that path that God has called them to be. It's been a huge,
I'm going to add
pleasure
something to what you have said.
Okay.
Sorry, you said
Yeah.
if you have not identified your purpose, but I would say that even if you have, there is room to learn. So you have identified your purpose and you want to be able to walk in it and do better and maximize it. I think I am coming on it, girl. I will be there.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm looking forward to having you join me. I just wanted to take a look. I have a something here, a document here that talks about all the things that it covers. I think there's 6 modules now. Let me just see if I can just open it quickly and just let everybody know so that if anybody's here, they want to know more about it. I talked about multiple. I remember well. What does God's word say about purpose? It talks about how you can discover that purpose, how you can maximize that purpose, multiply the purpose, how if there are any obstacles on your way, how you can get rid of them and move ahead on that purpose. And so it's something that even if like you said, even if you know what God has called you to do, there's still a lot of things to learn. I'm learning. I keep learning, and even this Bible studies series, I'm looking forward to it. Normally, I'll go through Bible studies first before, but this one I said, I don't want to go through it first, so that it's new to me when we start it, right? So all of us are going through it together, and we're all going to be discussing, every time we meet. So let me, I can open that curriculum right here and tell you what we're going to be doing over the 6-week period. Purpose, So it's week 1, of purpose. Week 2, purpose from identity. Week 3, defining individual purpose. Week 4, when purpose feels out of reach. Week 5, living on purpose. And week 6, multiplying your purpose. I'm sure that sounds like something you want to be a part of. So check the link in my bio, click that, and get access to the resources. We're starting next week, Wednesday. It's been a pleasure chatting with everyone. Thank you, everyone who showed up. We've done over 1 hour today. It's beautiful. I've enjoyed chatting with Kiki. Thank you so much for being a part of today.
Sorry, Kiki talks a lot, so maybe that's why we've gone over 1 hour.
I've enjoyed it thoroughly. It was good for me. So next week, Thursday, let's make it a date. I have another book. She's an author of a book called What Boy Mom. That's the title of the book. And what she's talking about is what boys need from their moms. Right? Her name is Monica Swanson. She lives in America. She's going to be talking to us about what boys need from their mom. So you want to be a part of that next week, Thursday, same time, same.
Thank you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, same time next week.
Same
so
time,
I look forward to having everyone join us. We love you, Kiki. Yeah, everybody says we love you.
Thank you. We love you too. I love you too.
Yes.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you for having me.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you, Facebook.
Bye.
Thank you, Instagram. We'll see you all next week. Bye-bye. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye, everyone.